Hi, this is Miss Palomino. Today I'm going to show you how to find the slope of a line. Part 1 will be by graphing and part 2 by using the formula. Remember to subscribe to my channel and make sure you give me a like, turn on the notifications, and let's get started. I'm going to start by talking about some slope basics. So let's start with the first graph. Keep in mind, you read the graph from left to right, just like reading a book, left to right. So if we read this graph from left to right, answering the question of how can we tell? Well, left to right, it goes up. Since this goes up, my slope will be positive. Second graph, we have, again, from left to right, it goes down, isn't it? So I'm gonna say left to right, it goes down. So my slope is gonna be negative. That's how you can tell if your slope is positive or negative. Again, just like reading a book from left to right, here your line is going up, here your line is going down. Well, what if your line is a straight line but it goes up and down like this, like a vertical line? Well, in that case, vertical lines have no slope. So vertical lines have no slope. Means that your slope is gonna be undefined. Okay? All right, but what if the line, it goes from left to right, it's a horizontal line? In that case, when that happens, when you have a horizontal line, so let's write it down, horizontal line. Okay, well, if it has no slope, no at all. So that means your slope is gonna be zero slope. There's no inclination, no steepness, so it's zero. A little more specific. The slope of a line is the ratio of the change in the y values, vertical change, that's what it means, to the change in the x values, horizontal change. The slope will be the same for any 2 points you choose on a line. Let's try the first problem. We have a line. I'm gonna choose any 2 points on this line. Well, I'm gonna choose, let's choose this point right here. Now make sure the points that you choose, they intersect where you can read your x value and your y value. Okay, so the other point I'm gonna choose this point right here. Okay, now I have 2 points. Rise over run, I'm gonna go up. Remember, we read it from left to right, so this is the first point reading from the left. So I'm gonna go from this point, and we can call it point A and point B. So I'm gonna go from point A to point B. I'm gonna start at here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rise over run, so 5 over your run will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's your slope. Next graph. I'm gonna choose 2 points. I'm gonna choose this one right here. And I see this one right here where I can read my values, you see. Okay, so reading it from left to right, on the left, this is the first point. So I'm going to go from this point. Again, I'm going to call it point A and point B. I'm going to go down so I can go into this point. I'm going to go down and then to the right. So since it's down, it's going to be negative. Negative what? We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? Yep. Negative 7. 7 down. And then what about to the right? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 to the right. Okay, so my slope will be negative 7 over 6. So choose this point, and I'm going to choose this point. So again, I'm going up 1, 2, 3. Oops, I paused it. Never mind. So 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2/4, which equals 1/2. Now choose any 2 points. So here, and we can choose this one. Let's choose this one right here. I'm going down, so it's gonna be negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2. So negative 6 over 2. Can you simplify that? Yep, that simplifies to negative 3. Here we have the slope notes, part 2. Use point A and B to draw a line on the graph. So we have 2 points that we're gonna plot, and then it's asking what is the slope of the line. So let's use this coordinate plane and plot the point 1, 4. Okay, so 1, 4, 1 to the right is your x value, and then go up 4. That's your first point. The other point is 4, 6. 4 for x, 6 for y. 4, 6 is right here. Okay, I'm gonna connect those points. And now from this point, we can call it A and B again, A and B. Read it from left to right. I'm gonna go 1, 2 up, and then 1, 2, and 3 to the right. So your slope is 2/3. Look at the order pair for point A and B. Do you see a way to get the same ratio without counting on the graph? Just by looking at the order pairs. Well, since it's rise over run, you can say that is the change in y over change in x. So you may also see it written this way: change of y over the change of x. This means the same thing. Let's move down to the next section. Why does this work? Let's break down the definition of slope. The ratio, which it means fraction, okay, of the change in the y values, basically is a vertical change, to the change of the x values, horizontal change. The change in the y values, you basically subtract the y's. That's what it means. So you're gonna subtract the y's. Change in x values is basically subtract the x's. Subtract the y, subtract the x. What does a cashier have to do to figure out how much change to give you when you give him or her too much money? Subtract. So that's how we get this formula for the slope. When you have 2 points, all you gotta do, and they ask you to find the slope, all you gotta do is, M stands for slope. So let's write it down. You're gonna subtract y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now we have 3 examples here, just for practice. Find the slope of the given 2 points. Now, before trying those examples, here you have 2 points in example 1, 2 points in example 2, and then you have a table in example 3. Before trying these, explain again that your y2 minus y1, you're gonna subtract here. The y2 is the y value of your second order pair, minus y1, the first y value, the first order pair, your first y value. Then you're gonna set it over, it's gonna be over x2 minus x1. So let's practice example 1 using this formula. First things first, we're gonna label first. Here's the order pair. The first order pair will be your x1, y1. Second order pair will be your x2, y2. You can put it on above the numbers if you want. Then we're gonna start with the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 equal. Substitute the values. Y2 is negative 2 minus y1, which is negative 3. Do you see that? It's right here, negative 3. I'm gonna put it in parentheses. Set it over x2, which is 5, minus x1, which is negative 1. What does that equal? Minus minus is a plus. So the answer here will be 1 in the numerator over 6 in the denominator. And that will be your final answer. I'm going to label x1, y1. If you don't label, you're going to make a mistake. x2, y2. y2 minus y1, x2 minus, x2 minus x1. Well, y2 is 3 minus y1 is negative 9. I'm just substituting. You have to slow down here so that you don't make mistakes. So x2 is 4 minus x1 is 8. So here minus minus is a plus. So the answer here will be 12 over negative 4. Then you simplify it and it simplifies to negative 3. 12 divided by 4 is 3, and then when you divide positive and negative number, you get a negative answer always. Example 3. Here you have a table. Well, again, for us to use this formula, all we gotta do is we need 2 points, right? Isn't these these numbers order pairs? You have an x and a y value. You have an x and a y value. So you can choose any 2 and you still get the same answer. I'm gonna choose the first 2. And I'm gonna say that the first one, 15, 7, is my first order pair. So I'm gonna call it x1, y1. And then this one right here will be 13, 4, will be my x2, y2. Write my formula, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. y2 is 4 minus y1 is 7 over 13, which is your x2 right here, 13 minus 15. It will equal, I'm gonna put it right here, is negative 3 over negative 2. Can I simplify these? Yeah, when you divide two negative numbers, your answer is always positive. So this is my final answer. These notes emphasize more into the formula to find the slope, and all you need is two order pairs.